Step 7. Strategize. Every military operation, political campaign, major corporation relies on a strategy to increase the chances of success. If you were tasked to run one of these entities and you showed up without a strategy, you'd be laughed out the door. But what about your life? Are you just floating through without a strategy, hoping you'll end up in a desirable place 5 years down the line? Well, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but things don't usually get better on their own. Even a man of faith would be a fool not to be proactive with the tools God has given him. For is sloth not a sin? So put the figures on the board. What do you want in life, and in what ways do you tend to fail achieving it? Develop a strategy based on the information you have available, and use this info to figure out the most effective way forward. You'd be surprised as to how monstrously effective even a basic strategy can be. Step 8. Submit. Submit to the things you must do, because the thinking has already been done by you. Shut your mind off and relinquish yourself of the burden of overthinking. Learn what it feels like to put your rationalization on mute. Take a deep breath and do what you need to do. Trust the more authentic voice in your head and let it override your weaker self, because over time, this authentic self will become your primary voice. And the more you listen to your authentic self, the more you will develop a stronger sense of identity. And having a strong, reliable identity is the basis of confidence and self-efficacy. And there's no better feeling than that. So, if you're beaten and battered and tired from the strife, then follow these 8 steps and unfuck your life. Thank you to Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video. AG1 is the simplest way to keep your mind and body energized, optimized, and focused throughout the day. You guys know that AG1 is by far my favorite supplement, and that's because there's no competing with its nutritional profile. And since it's sourced from whole foods, it's extremely bioavailable, which means when you drink AG1, your body can actually absorb and use all of the nutrients and vitamins instead of urinating it out like so many cheaper multivitamins. So staying healthy and mentally sharp is as easy as it's ever been. So if you're interested in joining me in this daily self-optimization health habit, then if you use my link in the description below, you'll get a year's supply of the vitamin D3 and K2 complex, which I also have every single morning, as well as 5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. So make sure to take advantage of my link below, and thanks again Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video. If you liked this video, it would be a huge help if you hit the like button, because when you hit the like button, the algorithm blesses me and it shoves my head into other people's homepages, helping them out, which also helps me out. So it's just a win-win for everybody involved if you hit the like button. If you're lurking here, consider subscribing. Also, check out the Inaction is a Slow Death merch over on betterideas.com. So many of you are purchasing it. We're almost running out, so grab yours before they're gone. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report and Sam's Mental Health Day. Going to go over the easiest ways to improve yourself. We have 10. We actually have more than that, but we're going to go over 10 today, hopefully. We'll see. Practicing mindfulness. I am sure you, if you're hearing, I'm sure you're tired of hearing, you should try meditation, especially from your newly yoga coach or your devoted mom. But mindfulness is a lot more realistic to achieve than the kind of meditation you hear about, because it doesn't require years of practice on the yoga mat. Mindfulness only takes 30 minutes or less and can be done without leaving your desk. Meditation can help you learn new skills, and if you are in a crisis, learn more things why are you in a crisis, or also just learn more things. Calm, who has meditations, daily meditations, a bunch of things, sleep stories, and more. Bloom is an app that we talked about before, but it's a CBT interactive app. Developing a consistent morning routine is one way to be a productive day. Morning is to break down tasks you need to do in small steps, and then schedule all of them. This means you know exactly what activity you'll be doing from moment to moment. You wake up, a sound a bit overwhelming, yes, but the reason it works is because you don't have to waste any time deciding on things. You spending 10 minutes picking out your outfit, spending 15 minutes deciding if you want to go on a run or just do it. And that way, you're almost always out of the house exactly on time. Now that's back, and now that I'm back in town, I'm going to start trying to get up at 8:30. I can essentially start my day and podcast in the mornings and get more finished. Before Palm Springs, I have a lot of podcasts to do. But since we're in the Super Bowl, it makes even more work. But don't worry, going to the Super Bowl is okay with me. It's okay because the sports world will get pretty boring in the month of February, especially when you don't have a basketball team. Part of waking up, doing something when you're awake, makes you more productive if you study in the morning before a quiz. At least it did always for me. I would review it and I always felt better when I took the test. Doing the same bedtime routine is another way to be happy and healthy in the morning. It was a terrific bedtime routine. That's a perfect that'll work for everyone. The most important thing is you stick to it. For example, every evening shower, make my lunch for the next day, and spend 10 minutes or so doing some relaxing things, whether it's scrolling through social media, reading pages of a book, talking to my parents on the phone. Consistency of helping me fall asleep better, feel prepared to conquer the next day. Here are 5 great better routines you can paste into Google, and it will go over that. And each will only take 5 minutes. Needing to get back in a routine after the vacation. For example, every evening I shower, or in the morning, make my lunch, and the next day, or in the next night, spending 10 minutes of that will relax me. It will help me fall asleep better, I feel, and prepare for the next day. There are some steps that I don't normally do for routine sleep and may help me save money for lunchtime. Especially when you're busy and stressed, you do your better night's sleep. Especially when you're stressed, it can help you better your sleep every night. Even with an awesome bedtime routine, trying to create a space, I always do feel good things to use. A simple thing that I did this morning, unpacked tomorrow, I made my bed. It just made my day a little better. Finding organized midday activities, you probably saw it coming, but just as important as setting your schedule for every morning and evening is having a activity that guaranteed to bring out of an even worse midday slump. Setting your calendar and schedule. One thing I like to do in the midday when I'm in a slump or I just need to is go on a run. Going on a run every day helps me, but also knowing to take time off is hard for me. But going on a run every day in the middle of the day or after work helps me cope. Making your meals every day will guarantee you have control over your health, but it's a cheaper way to get also learning new skills and experiments, cook abilities, plus get your boost to coworkers when they ask, where do you got your food? For example, for some bragging worth the recipe, check out 52 ideas or quick offer snacks. Making your lunch every day would be a good step for me. I do protein bars, but sometimes that's not enough. And then I have to go out to lunch and spend money. Making my lunch would make my life a lot easier. Then eat away from your desk. Mouse, writer, cat, Broad learned many valuable lessons from eating lunch away from her desk. For one thing, it takes a break for you, but also realizes that the importance of practicing work-life balance all day rather than just after work was over. By giving yourself time off during office hours, you're already one step closer to healthier, life balance. The theory of is important. You have to make your own place to eat. your own place where you eat, your own place maybe just at the table. Sometimes I struggle with this, and then I eat in bed. But in Florida, it got better. Hopefully now, it will continue to get better. That's Sam Vaughn Sports Mental Health Day.